Hey, what's up, guys? The Pangolin here, back with another video. And today, I'm going to be brutally ranking new gen shonen anime. Now, I know the term new gen, it's highly contested, debatable. What's new gen, what's not new gen? There's some shows that are probably 10 years old now that people still consider new gen. Really, what people mean by new gen is post Big Three, which even that doesn't really make sense because One Piece is still going on, but really mean, and Bleach is still going on, to be fair, but what people really mean is post when Naruto ended and Bleach originally ended, like the manga ended. The One Piece is eternal, it seems. So that whole phrasing kind of didn't end up making any sense. But now we're just talking about stuff that's kind of like 2015, 2014, 15, 16 onward. And I'm personally only going to be talking about the anime. Some of these I have read the manga for, or read a little bit ahead, or anything like that. I'm going to try to not let that influence my decision. I'm just going to base it purely on what the anime has shown. I might mention the manga, but I'm not going to let that factor in my decision. But so you see what we got here. The tiers are peak, amazing, good, mid, bad, and will watch last read. Because there's some of them I probably haven't seen or read. And also, this is just a random list I found on tiermaker.com. So it might not be super inclusive. There are probably some anime that they're forgetting. And of course, this is just shonen, so this is not including a lot of other big shows that are out there. But we're just going to go based on what this list has. I thought it was a decent enough selection to talk about. But starting off here, we got Fire Force. Now, Fire Force is a tough one. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because Fire Force came out, I want to say it was 2019. It must have been around that era. But at that point in time, that was actually 2019 was the year I was like burnt out on anime. I went hard for a few years. And in 2019, I was just like, there were a lot of good shows coming out, but I would start them and I'd rarely get past like the third episode. Not because it was bad or anything. I'd just be like, oh, I'm going to binge it when it ends. And I just never would. Famously, that happened to me with Vinland Saga. So, and obviously everyone knows that's an amazing show. So it's not really speaking to the quality of it. But Fire Force specifically, I don't know. It never really grabbed me personally. I thought it had some decent ideas. And I think this is coming from the same author as Soul Eater. I haven't seen that either. But Fire Force has some decent ideas. But nothing made me want to continue it. I feel like I should give it another chance because that was during my burnout period, so I was quicker to drop shows. I feel bad, but I'm gonna put it in mid because then when I dropped it, I really should put it in bad, but I'm gonna put it in mid and might give that another chance someday. But next up, we got Mob Psycho 100, and as you know, Mob Psycho 100. Well, I hope you know that Mob Psycho 100 is an amazing series. Damn near, no, not even damn near. I put Mob Psycho 100 in peak. I really don't want to even talk too much about this one. This show is just phenomenal. Amazing anime. I haven't read the manga, but amazing anime. One is just a mastermind in writing. Yeah, there's nothing much else to be said. Mob Psycho 100 is peak. But we're moving on to this one's a newer one, an actual newer one, considering when some of these came out. I think this is Mission Yozakura. I actually read a bit of the manga maybe like a year ago, and I liked it a little bit. It was cool. I wasn't so hooked on it. I kept reading. I think it had some potential. It's definitely feeding off of the strength of Spy Family, Sakamoto Days. Like this spy genre seems like one of the bigger genres of the last few years, alongside the whole supernatural demon devil, all this sorcerer kind of stuff that's been going on. That's probably the biggest thing that's been happening, but alongside that, the spy genre has been pretty strong recently. But this one, like I said, I can't rate on the manga and the anime. I kept telling myself I was gonna start watching it. I think the first season ended by now, but I didn't watch a single episode. So let me know if you watched it in the comments, how decent it is. I do want to give it a chance because I thought the manga was decent, but I can't really speak on it. But Children X is up next. See, this Same authors, Tokyo Ghoul. I have not watched or read Tokyo Ghoul. I've heard such mixed things about it that I don't even know where to start. The Trojan X I've heard good things about, but I also have not watched. So I don't even think this has an anime. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even remember a Trojan X anime coming out. So maybe this is just including manga on this list. But yeah, I have not read the manga, and I don't think there's an anime for this yet, but there probably will be at some point. So I'm just gonna put that in the will watch read section. But next up is One Punch Man. So we get both one manga out of the way early. One Punch Man is tough. If we're going on season one, One Punch Man is peak, just on animation alone. But also the story, like, it's not the craziest story, but it's just fun. Like, for what it's going for, it's executed super well. And the tough thing is when you get to season two, obviously it got a new studio, and the animation fell off a cliff. It's not even terrible, but it's just not like, it's not even comparable to season one. Season one's like an all-star team of animators. Season two is just like, some average, you know? But the tough thing is season two is where the story actually starts to pick up. Don't get me wrong, like I said, season one, for what it's going for, is super strong, but season two, we start building the Garo narrative and that long-term storytelling. And I even read, after season two, I had to read ahead in the manga, because I was like, this animation is not hitting it, and Yusuke Murata is like the GOAT, one of the GOATs of just actual art. So I had to read ahead a little bit. I'm not caught up completely, but I read like a little bit ahead. It's really good. The Garo storyline is really good, but I just can't put it peak anymore because of where that season two is just really a letdown. It's between good and amazing. I'm tempted to still put it in amazing, because season one was peak, season two was good. So I'm gonna put it in amazing. I'm gonna balance it out. I'm not gonna let season two weigh it down. Season three was announced a while ago. I don't know when that's coming out, but hopefully it's better than season two, at least animation wise. They got to do the Garo storyline justice. Next up, we got Boruto. Bad. I'm not even gonna waste too much time talking about that. I watched Boruto from release up until like maybe episode 74, 75, around there, weekly. Biggest mistake of my life. So much filler. Not a necessary series to even exist. I know apparently there's a lot of good stuff that comes later on that they foreshadowed even at the beginning of Boruto, but I just can't bring myself to read it or watch it or whatever. If it's good, let me know in the comments, but I also don't really care that much. I'm content with thinking Naruto's world ended at the end of Naruto. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. But moving on, we got JJK. Obviously, massive series. Probably the biggest new gen shonen at this point. Probably. Because I'd say the biggest new gen anime was Attack on Titan. And this is probably second. So this probably is the biggest. Oh, Demon Slayer. Those are back to back. It's up there. But currently, I'd say it's definitely number one new gen anime. It's definitely the most popular right now. But JJK, based on, like I said, this is based on the anime. I have not read the manga. I'm anime only for this one. I've heard about the opinions of how the manga ended, which sounds unfortunate. But just based on the anime, season one and season two. Season one is above average shonen. Nothing crazy, but beautiful fights, above average shonen, decent characters. Season two is like probably the peak of shonen action. Like, oh my gosh, Demon Slayer is right there with it. 1, 2, 1A, 1B. But my goodness, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 went stupid with the animation. Went stupid. It was just like 20 episodes back to back, just scraps, fluid animation. And this is the first arc with Gojo and Geto and his backstory. That arc is amazing. Toji the GOAT. That was all amazing. And then the current arc, Shibuya arc, was just I actually prefer the Gojo arc, but the Shibuya arc in terms of fights was just crazy. I'm gonna put JJK in amazing based on just the anime. We'll see what happens with the manga and what happens with season 3, I should say, but I'm not gonna read the manga but yet. But amazing so far, I have to admit. Demon Slayer is tough though. Animation wise, obviously we know it's peak. The animation is ridiculous. The story is just, I like it's kind of definition of mid. The story, it's the most like run of the mill shonen story. Even this most recent season, the training arc, I didn't even watch that yet. Like I just could not watch a season full of training arc. You missed me with that. Even at its peak, story wise, Demon Slayer isn't that crazy. It's just the animation that goes crazy. So animation peak, story mid. I'm gonna put it in good. I'm not gonna go crazy and hate on it. It's still a decent show, but I can't say it's the peak of shonen. We'll see what happens, how the story wraps up, because this manga ended years ago. So we'll see how the story wraps up with the last few seasons, or I guess the last season. I don't know how many more they're gonna be. I think just one more. But so far, it's just good. Like it's a solid shonen, which is what more can you ask for? Black Clover though. Black Clover. I think Black Clover might be one of the most criminally underrated shonen anime of the last 10 years. It's really a solid show. I think the beginning, Asta yelling and screaming constantly put people off. And you could say there's a lot of similarities to Naruto and a lot of older stuff as well. So obviously, it's been influenced, but so is everything. Everything's been influenced to an extent. But Black Clover, the way the story develops in the anime, with the kingdom, and then there's just so much. I don't even want to spoil it. Go watch Black Clover if you haven't. I think people started to come around on it once they realized, oh, this is actually really decent. Like, and there's some moments in there where I still remember to this day were just solid. So Black Clover, between good and amazing, I can't lie. I personally enjoy it more than Demon Slayer. It's got to go ahead of it in good at least. It's on the verge of amazing. It's really on the verge of amazing. I'm putting Black Clover in amazing. It might be crazy to see Black Clover next to JJK. I'll put JJK top of amazing. But Black Clover is really solid. It's honestly really solid. Like, I can't put it in the same tier as Demon Slayer for me personally. Maybe I have to end up dropping Demon Slayer to mid. But I like Black Clover a lot, so I'm gonna put it in amazing. Next up though, we got Mashal. We're talking just the opening. That bling 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 boom, whatever. That creepiness is crazy. But talking Mashal as a whole, I'm putting it in good. It's an enjoyable show. I've watched all the anime that's come out so far. It's fun, like Harry Potter, but he's One Punch Man basically. It's a cool premise, well executed. It's nothing crazy. I never watch it and think, oh my god, this is peak. I never once felt like that, so I can't even put it in amazing. Good, it feels like the right place for it. I get just about as much enjoyment. Demon Slayer has higher peaks, but also has lower lows. Mashal's like just solidly good throughout. Now this one's interesting. Sakamoto Days. I have not read it. The anime's coming soon. I will be watching it. I'm waiting for that. I've heard amazing things about it. Obviously, I gotta put it here for now, but I assume when that comes out, it's gonna be minimum good. I'm expecting amazing. So we'll see what happens with that. Next, we got Undead Unluck. Now, Undead Unluck, I feel bad about Undead Unluck. I watched the first few episodes of the anime, and I think where I got up to, maybe like episode 3 or 4, I remember people saying right past this point, Undead Unluck just takes a crazy turn and becomes so much better. But the beginning is so mediocre that it's hard for some people to get past it. And I feel like I was one of those people. Not that I even hated it or anything. Just nothing really pulled me in, really grabbed me. I just thought it was solid. So I never even got around to continuing the anime. And there was just a lot of stuff coming out when this came out. I think it was late last year, 2023. But now I just gotta put it in mid. I want to give it another chance. That's one of the shows I want to give another chance to, but as of right now, it's just mid. And next up, we got Don Da Don. Don Da Don, obviously currently airing fall of 2024. Don Da Don is really fun, like genuinely really fun. I don't know how many of these shows I've watched and like genuinely laughed out loud watching. And Don Da Don is one of those shows. Now, I'm not going to say Don Da Don is like the greatest anime ever or anything, but if we're going based on just the anime, I haven't read the manga or anything, so far, Don Da Don's been peak. It's been peak. It feels wrong putting it up there with Mob Psycho, which has proven itself over a few seasons. So for now, I'm gonna put it top of amazing, just to be fair. But so far, Don has actually been peak. So take with that what you will, but for now, it's going top of amazing. Next up, we got Dr. Stone. Now, Dr. Stone also came out in 2019, if I'm not wrong. It's like that, Fire Force, Vinland Saga, like the 3 anime I remember off the top of my head that I really didn't give the chance I should have at the time. Even though Dr. Stone, I think I watched more than Fire Force. I enjoyed Dr. Stone, but I just don't remember much of it. I never ended up watching the next few seasons. I haven't read the manga. Like, I can't really speak too much on it. So, to be fair, I'm gonna have to put it in the mid as well. I enjoyed it more than Fire Force though, and Undead Unluck. So I'm gonna put it top of mid, but I can't put it up here with shows that I've watched a bunch of. To be fair. Next up though, we got Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man, anime only. That's a tough one. Season 1 I enjoyed a lot. I got the movie coming out soon. Season 1, I know manga readers weren't happy with it. I can't say exactly why. I think the pacing they weren't happy with. But I haven't read the manga, so just based on the first season, it was amazing. I'm gonna put it right behind JJK just because there's less of it out. But it's an enjoyable show. A lot of crazy stuff happened. I feel like we were just really picking up when the show ended. But yeah, it's definitely amazing. It has the potential for peak. A lot of these are amazing, have the potential for peak. But especially Don definitely has a lot of potential for peak. But as of right now, I'm just gonna have to put it in amazing. Kaiju number 8. Now, based on the anime, this is one of those anime where like it was so I ended up reading ahead in the manga. And the manga does have some cool stuff later on. But this might be the first one where I actually watched the whole thing. And it was kind of mid. Like, it's between mid and good. I enjoyed it. It was cool. But it wasn't anything crazy. Like, did I enjoy it as much as Mashal? Maybe, but probably not as much as Demon Slayer. It's around that level. The story isn't crazy. It's not anything we haven't seen before. And for the anime, at least, the animation wasn't crazy. I had to put this in mid. I'll put it top of mid because I actually watched the whole season. But for like new gen shonen, this is one of the most anticipated coming out in recent years. And it was just alright. It was cool. Spy Family. Spy Family's good. Spy Family's good. I'm not gonna lie and say I love it or anything. I haven't even watched the most recent seasons. But for what I watched from season 1, it was enjoyable. I think it gets a little gassed, overrated in my opinion, but it's a solid show. It's good. It's enjoyable. Maybe there's stuff in the more recent seasons that I think I could bump it up, but as of right now, that's as much as I can give it. But My Hero Academia, controversial one. Manga's over now, but based just on the anime, My Hero's good. Honestly, I'll put it top of good. I think My Hero is tough. Demon Slayer obviously has the peaks of the animation, but based on some of the story beats, My Hero might be better. Obviously, it has too many lows to put it definitively ahead of Demon Slayer, but personal enjoyment, I'm gonna have to go My Hero over Demon Slayer. Might be crazy, might be controversial. Demon Slayer is a way more streamlined story, so we're not gonna have those lows. My Hero is like transitioning out of the long-running era. Demon Slayer just blitzed it, ended. My Hero dragged a bit, so it's a tough comparison. It's really like that and Black Clover are really coming out of that long-running era where it really could have cut the fat a bit more. But like early seasons, I talked about it in previous videos. Go back and watch those if you haven't. But early seasons, really some fun stuff there. All Might versus All for One, the school tournament arc, like there's really cool stuff in My Hero. That's a shame what happened in some of those middle seasons. But even the later fights toward the end, it's solid stuff. Honestly, I gotta put it in good. Tokyo Revengers, oh my god, bad. It's just bad. Well, actually, just based on the anime, it's mid. That's tough. It's definitely ahead of Boruto. Here's the thing: I said I'm not gonna let the manga influence my decision. And Tokyo Avengers season 1, I actually enjoyed. I'm not even gonna cap and pretend like I always hated it, and I'm gonna be one of these bandwagoners that always hated it. Season 1 was enjoyable. It's nothing crazy. The animation wasn't crazy. The story isn't anything crazy, but it was just fun. Season 2, after season 1, I read ahead a bit, and I really thought that arc after season 1 was solid. But then season 2 in the anime, it wasn't hitting really. So I did drop it, and then I think they released another season after that. So based on the fact I dropped it, I had to lower it a bit, but really it's just mid. I think it'd be harsh to put it in bad. Obviously, people are gonna want me to put it in bad, but it was just cool. Less than cool. It was just mid. But last up, but not least, definitely is Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise is a tough one too. The anime didn't really do it for me. This is like Kaiju number 8, where I ended up having to read ahead in the manga. And the manga's cool too. I honestly didn't think the manga was amazing either. It was cool. I liked it. But the anime is just, it's between mid and good. I really thought the pacing was iffy. Like, I was struggling to watch this week to week. That's why I ended up reading ahead. I don't even know if I finished the anime. I think I might have stopped at like episode 10 or 11 after I read ahead. It's just the pacing just wasn't really hitting for me. Cool ideas, cool powers and stuff, but it wasn't crazy. I'm thinking bottom of good, top of mid. Did I like it more than Kaiju number 8 is the question. And honestly, I can't say definitively I did. So it's like, it's somewhere here. I might put Kaiju number 8, just recency bias ahead of it. But kind of mid. Yeah. Kaiju number 8 in Hell's Paradise could go up to good at best, but it's kind of harsh on putting it with a couple series I haven't finished. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy people seeing Kaiju number 8 and Tokyo Revengers on the same level. To be fair, Tokyo Revengers I did drop it, so I had to put it down the bad. It's tough. But and see, the other 3 I dropped, Dr. Stone, Fire Force, and Undead Unluck, I'm willing to give another chance. Tokyo Revengers, I'm not returning to. I can tell you that definitively. So I'm gonna put it in bad, just to be fair. But this is what I have right here. I like that I only put 1 in peak. I think if it's really peak, one should stand above the rest. And that is Mob Psycho 100. And amazing. We got Down to Dawn, which is honestly peak, but it's so early I can't do that yet. JJK, Chainsaw Man, One Punch Man, and Black Clover. Go watch that if you haven't. You'll see why I put it in amazing. Good, we got My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Mashal, and Spy Family. And mid, we got Kaiju number 8, Hell's Paradise, Dr. Stone, Fire Force, Undead Unluck. Bad, we got Tokyo Revengers, Boruto. And the stuff I haven't watched enough of or read enough of yet is the Mission Yozakura Family, Children X, and Sakamoto Days. There we go. But thanks for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you watched or read all of these? And if you have, let me know your thoughts on them and how you would rank these. But do your own ranking in the comments. Remember, I did this based on just the anime. So based on the anime, rank these in the comments. And let me know especially about the ones I haven't watched or read enough of. Let me know, what should I check out? Sakamoto Days, I'm definitely going to check out when the anime comes. But Children X, should I read that? I don't know. I don't plan on it, but if it's really that good, let me know. But anyway, like I said, thanks again for watching. It would really help if you have even 5 seconds to spare, if you could like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. There should be a new video out same time next week. See ya.